My final hyper-focus of the evening.
Oh boy.
Because we've already talked about two of my or at least one of my hyper-focuses. I don't count Ranma as a hyper-focus. I do count Blackjack. But we're getting new G Gundam. This is the 30th anniversary of G Gundam. And we are getting some new content for it. It's not a new anime like I thought, and I'm a little disappointed in that. But we are getting a new web novel or short story, something like that will be put on the website for G Gundam. We do have a little bit of information on that from Yasuhiro Imagawa himself, who is the creator for G Gundam and another great robot anime, Giant Robo, which everyone should take a look into. It's really great. But he sent out a tweet that said the following. The undefeated of the East has long since passed away, ignoring the things left undone and overlooked. For 30 years, they have been wreaking havoc in my mind. Without a ring to unleash this turmoil, I've turned to sulking and growing round and fat with frustration. This hand of mine is burning red and has finally smashed through the wall to the outside world. Who will fight, and what kind of fight will it be? Wait a little longer until the gong rings. And, like...
Can I hire you to read poetry to me? Like, I don't know. It's a very satisfying cadence. Absolutely. I didn't even catch what you said. Like, I'm sure it was great. I was just like, wow, okay.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I know the character that was speaking that, and I'm, boy.
For those who don't know.
How many years has it been now?
It has been 30 years since G Gundam first premiered.
Okay.
It premiered in 1994.
Jeez.
That's not 30 years ago.
Jesus.
I did the math. Very badly, but I did the math.
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
That's 30 years ago.
Yep. And honestly, to this day, I consider it probably my favorite Gundam show. It was the most unique Gundam show because it went away from the format of being about war and being about what if the Gundam fights were the Olympics and we just had Gundam fights every 4 years to decide who ruled the Earth.
It was the one that had the Gundam wearing the sombrero.
Yeah, so one thing with G Gundam...
Y'all get weird with your anime.
So this is something that Imagawa has
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, he's mentioned that, like, you know, in today's climate, he really could not do the same stuff that he did in G Gundam when it comes to...
Oh, is that kind of vibe?
Yeah. It was Tequila Gundam from Mexico.
Sure.
He came up from the ocean with a poncho and ripped it off to show that he had a trident to fight with, and a sombrero was like permanently attached to the Gundam's head.
Yeah, you'd get in trouble for that now.
You would get in trouble for that, but also he did mention that he has never gotten actual backlash from the countries that he did these for. Yeah. Like, Mexico was so hype about this Gundam.
Yeah.
Not just because, honestly, it's kind of funny, but because it was a central, like, an integral character for that episode, and they were just excited that they were included.
I get that. Yeah, when you have somebody that is like an integral character, it doesn't feel like tokenization anymore.
Yeah.
It feels like integrating culture, and that is a very different vibe.
Yeah, and honestly, every country was met with the same level of racism.
I was talking about this recently, actually, to a couple of friends of mine. One of the things that I appreciate about anime is it relieves some of my guilt about the way that we appropriate other cultures, because Japan really does be like, oh, that's a nice religious aesthetic you got. Mind if we borrow Christianity because it looks cool? And, like, I appreciate that they do that.
I have to admit, y'all need to do better on black people. And
they do.
Oh, for sure.
Please.
You disrespect
They have been getting a lot better with that.
Yes, they have been.
Honestly, they did fine in G Gundam, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. I haven't watched it in a while.
Amazingly, that one, yes. Probably.
Yeah. But
I do appreciate that Japan is racist, too. Everyone.
Yeah. My favorite, actually, one of my favorite characters is the pilot they have for America. His name is Chibbity Crockett. That's not the funny part.
That's amazing. Okay.
He's stylized with blue and pink hair, you know, red, white, and blue kind of aesthetic, with bootcut jeans, with like the like white go-go boot kind of look. I don't. They're not go-go boots, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A jean jacket with fringe, and a red sleeveless shirt with a giant star on it.
Found Minix cosplay, everybody.
That's what he looks like. He is a orphaned boxer from the Bronx who worked his way up to the top.
What an icon.
And his Gundam shows up like a football player. Has like the football helmet and everything.
Yeah.
The shoulder pads pop off to become boxing gloves.
That's so good. That's so
And
stupid.
he has cheerleaders. Who are also like badass, by the way. They're really cool. Like when they're not like cheering him on at a show, they actually have pantsuits.
Oh.
And they're not like what's the word I'm trying to think of? Sexualized.
Yeah.
You mentioned Japan doing this to everybody.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Kamen Rider series, Kamen Rider Drive, has an American scientist called Harley Henriksen. He invented a type of driver, but whenever he shows up, he's always riding this big old Harley that's loud. He has a long beard. This is what he looks like.
Oh my god.
And he's always like, and he just like throws his inventions out. And I'm like,
Prospector.
there we go.
Prospector is the vibe that I'm getting.
He does look like every Harley driver I have seen in Texas.
Clearly, that everyone that Japan has seen.
I used to work at a cafe, a morning cafe, and every Saturday a bunch of them came in with their little ham radios and their giant beards. And we just had Harleys lined up outside. It was so good.
That is amazing.
But I remember
so
just watching Drive, and I'm hearing like they were talking about this American scientist, and I'm like, already I was like, they're about to give me a winner here. And they did not disappoint.
I love that so much.
Oh, I misspoke. He doesn't have little boots. He has little Converse.
Oh,
course
that's
he does.
cute.
Yeah, it's funnier. Anyway,
G Gundam.
G Gundam is fantastic. I think it's available on Crunchyroll. I think.
Yes, actually, I saw it on there.
Yeah, I know Gundam Wing is, because I've also been rewatching.
There's other
Gundam
ways
Wing.
to watch it too.
Yeah, I just happen to own the box set, so I've never looked for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a watch, and then I believe it's sometime next month is when they're going to be releasing it. You can read the cool little story, and maybe in my Delulu land we get a new anime.